What's up guys, Matt here, back in Car Mechanic Simulator, and today I figure I got some barn maps, some locations, barn location map I should say. Figure let's open those and see what we can find in some barns today. Maybe find something cool. Been a while since I did a barn video, so let's go see what we can find. And here we are, and it looks like right off the bat we've got a Evo, I'm guessing, Mitsubishi Lancer 2006. It's the Evolution MR, Sean Boswell's. Should I know that name? Sean Boswell? No, I just Googled it. That's right. Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. I knew that I knew the name, but it's been forever since I've watched Tokyo Drift. But I love those Fast and Furious movies. Obviously, I mean, who doesn't? If you're watching this video, you probably do too. Cars. This is that thing that's kind of like a Audi R8, the Mayan T8. Mayan. It's a fictional car, but it's cool. That could be fun. I'll have to think about that one. See if there's anything else in here. If my regular viewers are watching and notice my voice sounds a little off, I've been fighting something that I just cannot get rid of. It's that time of year, I suppose. Oh, what do we have here? Is this that Ford Rally RS200? That's right. Ooh, this one could be a lot of fun. What's the, it's the WRC version, and it's got, yeah, it comes, I mean, factory power 580, 439, and a car that light. Looks like things are in pretty decent shape, actually. Buy a price of almost $250,000. Ooh, this one is tempting. I love all the 80s tech stuff in here. Really tempted on this one. These are rear engine. That would be fun. It's been a long time since done one of those. Looks like it's pretty complete too, which is nice. You would hope so for $250,000 sitting in a barn, but it is a very desirable, very rare rally car in the Ford's history. It's just so quirky. I love it. That's what I love about it. Just that 80s quirkiness is so cool in these. But I don't know, that Evo would be fun to do too. I think this one's just a little cooler. For $250,000, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Let's buy it. Take it back to the shop. I've wanted to do this car for a while. Let's go ahead and make that happen. 228,278 credits. Send it to the garage. We've got our car, guys. Got the Christmas decorations and lights all set up in the shop. It's cool that Playway does that. Let's head on out, take a look at what we got. It is here. It has arrived. First things first, let's send it over to the car wash because this thing badly needs a bath. Let's go ahead and give it one. And let's see what, yes, it does have a rally livery underneath, as I was hoping it would. That looks so good. That was a lot of grime on there. Send it over to the car lift. Let's go ahead and get the interior cleaned up. Then we'll get the welder out and get that taken care of. Yes, let's use it. At least knock this stuff out of the way. Okay, that can go back. Bring out the welder. Go ahead and straighten out what needs straightening out. Didn't look like a whole lot. Yeah, thing's pretty straight. Let's take a look at what's left of the engine. It looks like it's pretty complete. Kind of hard to get. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty complete. Doesn't look bad. See, we're missing a fuel pump here. Just missing small little things, it looks like. See if there's any oil in it. Let's see if this thing actually puts it in the back of the car. It does. That's so cool. All right, let's go ahead and, yeah, there was a little bit of really, really dark oil in there. Looks like we were missing a drive shaft. Yeah, just kind of little things. Nothing too crazy. Obviously, the front two wheels and tires are missing. I know it won't fire up because the fuel pump is missing, but let's see if we can turn it over and do our little testing, like our compression test and all that. Let's start with the compression test. Engine needs to be complete to form this action. Okay, I'm guessing there's a few things missing here. Looks like it, indeed. Not a big deal. We don't need to run tests. We're going to pull it all apart, rebuild it anyways, throw some performance at it. Hey, there's a wheel and tire right there we could use. Go ahead and remove the trunk there. remove this as well. We don't need that in the way, getting in the way. I'm going to disconnect the drive line, get the exhaust all taken apart. I don't think there was any really left. And then pull this engine out. So yeah, to be able to get to these half shafts, we're going to have to pull these wheels and tires off. Are we missing a transaxle back here? Or is maybe this is a mod that just simply doesn't have it? Sometimes that's, you know, the modders do the best that they can. This is a mod. This particular mod is made by DeadBob777, or Pain, as I like to call him. I got a link to his Patreon down in the description. I like to give him credit for where credit is due. Definitely my favorite mod builder. Let's get this rear wheel bearing out. There we go, if I could talk. We got a stuck nut there. Get that out of the way. Remove rear axle. Upper suspension. Axle knuckle cover, I should say. And remove this bolt. I'm also on a little bit of Dayquil, so if I'm a little extra flighty today, that would explain it. Spray some there, get that off. Okay, now we got our lower control arm off, and we can get the knuckle right there. That side's done. On to the other side. And that knuckle cover can come off. This is a pretty small engine to be putting out 500 and something horsepower in the 80s, especially 4-cylinder. That's impressive. Let's go ahead and, while we're pulling apart suspension, let's grab the front suspension while we're at it. Brake caliper, brake pads, and we are missing the half shafts up here. So apparently somebody was working on something up front when this car was sent to the barn. Front axle cover, upper control arm, stuck fastener there. Looks like we don't have a wheel and shock set here either, or inner or outer tie rods. So it was definitely being picked apart up here. We can grab that knuckle and get it out of the way. Yeah, no outer tie rod, no inner tie rod. Does have the steering rack and the sway bar. Let's get these bushings out of the way, jump to the other side, and get that done. A little more complete on this side. We do have the front drive axle there on this side, as well as our inner tie rod. Still missing an outer tie rod. Well, a couple of extra pieces up here that the other side did not have. Okay, knuckles out of the way. We can grab the sway bar, the steering rack. We can drop this K member, I believe. Yep. And then we get our front differential. I think we're ready to pull the engine. Down it comes. Off to grab the engine crane. Actually, I probably want to pull that transmission off before I try that. Forgot about that. There we go. Spin around. Probably grab the starter. Oh, we got to get that from the engine bay. So back down it goes. There, now we can access it. Off comes the starter. Now back up under the car. We can grab this gearbox. No stuck fasteners there. That's nice. And here we have our... We'll go ahead and pull the whole clutch set and everything. Pressure plate. Get this out of the way. Then we can get to our actual clutch plate and flywheel. Take that off. We're ready to pull. And we removed the engine. Let's take it over here to our engine stand. There it is. So little. I only say that because in my previous video, I built a massive supercharged V8. So it's definitely the other side of the spectrum for that. This can go back to where it came from. There it goes. And we might as well go ahead and pull everything else apart. Why not? Get the windshield out. Let's get all this body stuff. Front door. Figured that was a part. Yep. Right front fender. Pull this. Looks like an air box of some sort. Yep. Air intake. Pull this spare tire. Yep. Comes right out. What else do we have here that can come off? Oh, there's a rear window there. Obviously this door. And front left fender, as it's labeled. Front bumper. This air intake thing here. Plenum. What do you call those anymore? Missing a battery, so we're going to need one of those. That little guy comes off, and I think I've got everything. I'm probably going to find that I missed something somewhere. Let's go ahead and pull apart the interior here. Basically just 2 seats and a steering wheel. And I think if we pull the fuel tank, which I believe is from underneath the car, we'll be good to go. Yes. Now, I was pretty sure I saw a fuse box somewhere. Is it over here? Let's see. Yes, there it is. Okay. Get all these relays and fuses out. Let's go tear this engine down. See what we got going on here. See how bad it is on the inside. Let's get these ignition coils out of the way. There's one missing there. Engine head cover. I'm surprised it's not more stuck fasteners on this. Let's see when we get to the exhaust manifold too. So we've got our camshafts and all these little camshaft caps that need to come out. And we won't be able to pull these camshafts yet. We've still got to pull all this off first. Let's get these spark plugs out. There's 1, 2, 3, and there's 4. Let's go ahead and take the timing cover off. Oh, we need to, that's right, we need to pull off our idler roller and our serpentine belt. Off it comes. Now we can pull the crankshaft pulley. Now we can pull that timing cover. Another stuck fastener right there. Off it comes and exposes our timing set here. Let's get our tensioner out. Guess we got to, oh yeah, we got to pull that serpentine belt. Now we can pull the cam gear. This idler roller. As well as this one. Let's go ahead and pull the water pump while we're sitting here staring at it. Alternator. Power steering pump. Off it comes. Now we should be able to hop up here. Oh yeah, get back to this timing cover here. Get this timing cover off, and now we can pull the cam gear. Timing chain. And this cam gear here, and now we should be able to pull out the camshafts. Indeed, there goes one and the other. Looks like we've got throttle body here holding this on. We've got 3 out of 4 stuck fasteners on that one. And then they can come out. It's been forever since I've done one of these little 4 cylinders like this. Long time. Get that out. 2 stuck bolts here. Nothing too bad. Off comes the intake. Fuel injectors right here. This is so cool. There, let's grab our fuel filter there. Now we can take the engine head off. Nope. Totally forgot. Exhaust manifold. And I can't believe none of these are stuck. Now we can pull the engine head. And those 2 don't look too bad. The other ones have a lot of carbon buildup. I think we're ready to flip this thing over. Get to the underside of things here. Get our oil pan out of the way to expose the underside of our pistons. Get the crankshaft bearing caps off of here. Yeah, it looks pretty rough in here. Very rusty. Not too pretty. We're going to fix that though. That's for sure. Now we can start pulling off all the piston rod caps. From here, we can go ahead and just pull our pistons. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then out comes the crankshaft. We're down to a bare block. We'll get that off. See if we can repair that. And that is the engine torn down. I'm going to pull apart our shock sets that we pulled. Only got 2. Gonna need to remember to buy some for the front. RS200 torn down. Now it's time to repair what I can and replace what I can't. And I won't make you guys sit through all this, so I will see you once I've completed. Back at it, and here we have our little engine block. But I feel like we're going to be making some good power because it came stock with pretty good power. Obviously 500 and some odd horsepower, but we bought a bunch of performance parts for it too. So that's gonna definitely, it's definitely gonna be a fun car. And I'm glad it's all-wheel drive. We're gonna have fun with that too, especially at the drag strip, I believe. All right, let's get all these pistons, piston rings, rod caps, and crankshaft bearing housings installed. On goes the last rod cap. Now we can put on the oil pan. 4 little bolts for that. I'm sure that would leak oil in real life. Oil filter. Since we're still working upside down here, let's throw on the power steering pump and the alternator. Both performance, of course. I think we're good to flip it back over. And over it goes. Let's go ahead and build out the front end here. Let's start with the water pump. Onto this idler roller. Got a bunch of little idler rollers. Go ahead and put the engine head on. Performance as well. And let's go ahead and throw the cams in. So we can get these retainers on that take their camshaft caps. It's 8 of these guys. There goes the final one. And now we're good for spark plugs. Performance as well. 1, 2. Oh, come on. 3. And there's 4. Good for the engine head cover. Lots of fasteners for this guy. You'd think they'd do the same for the oil pan, make it a little more accurate. But oh well. I'm not going to complain too much. Ignition coil. We're just having fun here. Intake manifold. Performance. Then I think we can put the injectors in now, can't we? Yep, there we go. Performance injectors. You guys get it. Pretty much anything that I could get performance-wise, I got. Including performance fuel filter. Cam gear goes on. And we can put on our timing chain there, along with our other cam gear. On it goes. Good to put the cover on. Nice. Let's go to the exhaust manifold. Got the nice polished performance one. Looks quite nice. Now we can put on the big old turbo. The secret behind all this horsepower, I believe. Because that thing is huge. All right, put that on. We're good to put on our idler roller. Now we can put on our serpentine belt. Tensioner. And from there, the timing cover can go on. Yep, there it is. And crankshaft pulley. I'm actually recording this a few days before Christmas, so if it comes out afterwards, hope you guys had a fantastic Christmas or holidays or whatever you celebrate. Hope it was a good one for you. On goes the throttle body. And I think we're pretty much, yeah, we're good there. We will just worry about the flywheel and all the clutch stuff once we get it installed back into the car. Not a lot to it. Let's go ahead and take it off now and install it into our car here. What's left of what's left of this RS200. Move you over to the lifter A. And we should be good to install. In it goes. And back that goes. There it is. Cute little guy. Let's get up underneath this thing and start putting some things back together. I think we could start with the fuel tank. There it goes. On it goes. Can we put the fuel pump in now? Yes, we can. I didn't know if it had to be from the top or from the bottom. Look, you can see the little impeller in there. That's awesome. Front exhaust section. And let's go ahead and do our clutch set. Over here, on goes the clutch plate. Oh yeah, and that was a lightened flywheel, performance flywheel, of course, performance clutch, and pressure plate. And we are good to put on our release bearing. I'm not going to install this gearbox. Actually, let's get that now. I'm going to buy the upgraded. That would be over here, the gearbox. I think it was I4 for inline 4. There it is. Buy that because I know we're going to want to start messing with the gear ratios because we're going to be putting a lot of power down, and I'd like to set this thing up for some perfect drag racing. And it's always nice to be able to adjust your gear ratio. The starter we will have to get from the top. I'll go ahead and do that now because I will forget otherwise and then wonder why I can't start it. Let's get to the engine, install it now. There it is. 2 bolts, good to go. Back underneath the car, let's start putting, let's get the K-member in. Let's go ahead and put our front differential in. We can do our sway bar as well as our steering rack, right? Yep, there it is. And these rubber bushings that go in each corner. Let's throw in both our radiators. Oh, well, you got to do that from the other side or from the top side. So let's not do that right now. Let's do our inner tie rod to the knuckle here. Then we can install our outer tie rod. On it goes. As so. Front axle knuckle cover. Lower suspension arm. Make this thing look all nice, new, and pretty. Shock absorber, shock set there, upper suspension arm. Coming together beautifully, sway bar end link. And we can put on our wheel hub. Bearing. Brake disc, ventilated, carbon ceramic even. I want to be able to stop this thing. Brake pads, of course, and brake caliper. We should be able, yep, to put on our wheels and tires. And I bought these. I thought they looked cool. Kind of 80s retro looking gold spoke wheels. I love them. I think they're going to look really cool on this thing. That side done. On to the other side. That side is complete. Let's move on to the rear here. On goes the knuckle housing, cover. This is basically pretty much the exact same as the front end. Not a whole lot of difference between the two, really, except for not having a sway bar, steering rack, that kind of stuff. Pretty simple back here. Got our shock absorber, in it goes. Then we're ready for the wheel hub. Our bearing. Drive axle. And I think you can figure out the rest. Brake disc, pads, caliper, and wheel set. There we go. On it goes. And that is that side done. On to the other side. Done. Beautiful. Install our drive shaft here. And I think we're ready to bring it down. Start adding some under hood components. Let's get our radiators installed, both. Windshield washer reservoir, brake booster, battery, gotta have that. I think that's pretty much it for up here. Let's get back to the business end, and we'll put in our air filter back here. And I think, yes, we have a coolant reservoir there. I think that's pretty much it. We can jump over to the fuses and relays right there. Fuse box. Get all these installed. On goes the cover, and we're good to go there. For some reason, to put this intercooler on up here, I have to lift the car. That's what it says I have to do, so I will listen. Let's get that installed right up there. And I think I would be able to reach it, but I'm sure there's a reason in the mod that has to do that. I think we're ready for some body components now. We can do the trunk. Up it goes. Now we can add these car parts. Random bumper, rear bump. They call that the rear bumper there. On it goes. Get the airbox cover on the engine cover. Now that looks really cool. The Ford logo. Is that the Cosworth engine? You guys that know more about that, let me know. And I know those are legendary. Close this back down. Now we can put in the trunk window there. Right tail light, left tail light. And then I just did a random Colorado for Pikes Peak, you know. I know this is WRC, but I'd love to take one of these up Pikes Peak. That'd be a blast. Right front door window, right side mirror, this little fender down here. Oh, I need to install something on the interior. There it is. They call it car part 3. I think it's just the switch panel for fans, fuel pump, that kind of stuff. On goes that door, window, left side mirror. Call it mud guards instead of fender. How about that? And then we can install our windshield, our hood. Open that so we can install that air intake thing that's down there. Right headlight, left headlight. Then we'll open that now. Now we can install. There it goes. Car part 1 installed. And there we go. It's starting to look like something. I'm digging it. Oh yes, I got to pull that engine cover off if I want to add engine oil. That would probably be a good thing. Let's get that off of there. Get to the engine here, and let's add all our fluids. Why not? In goes the engine oil, coolant, windshield washer fluid, and brake fluid. Hey, look, there's Dead Bob 777 right there. I'm curious if there are other liveries for this car. I would like to see that. Let's go to the paint shop. Maybe pick out a different look for this thing. Let's see here. We got livery set. Okay, there's what it looks like. None. There's one, which is what I think it had. No, it had that too. Okay. 3 is just what, all black? I mean, I dig it. I like the dark. 4, oh, that's pretty cool. Monster Energy, digging that, digging that. Oh, that's even cooler. I'm feeling that one. Definitely an old school look there. These are really, really good liveries. This is gonna be tough. I gotta go with this Monster Energy livery. I just think it's awesome, especially with those gold wheels. Look at that. Love it. Yes. Look at these intercoolers up here. That's awesome. Or one big intercooler and 2 air intakes. There's so much to love about these 80s WRC cars and Pikes Peak hill climb cars and that whole era of just awesomeness. Let's sit in the car. Let's do that. Oh yes. Everything rectangular and 80s. I love it. Should we start it? Will it start? It does start. Oh, listen to that blow-off valve. Oh, that's awesome. Speaking of, let's go see what kind of horsepower this thing makes. That should be pretty good ratios for transmission. 9 gears. It lets me do it, so I'm doing it. Okay. Moment of truth here. Let's start our dyno, except, again, wow, the factory horsepower is almost 600. I kept saying over 500, closer to 600. That's impressive for a 4-cylinder in the 80s. But now, listen to that blow-off valve. That is so cool. Let's see how much we gain on our little 4-cylinder Ford engine, turbocharged. And the survey says 944 horsepower, 668 pound-feet of torque. We gained 364 horsepower, 230 pound-feet of torque, giving us another drag rating of 999. It seems like really anything over, I don't know, maybe 800 horsepower, it just automatically gives you a 999 drag rating, which I'm not all that stoked on, because then you just end up racing the same cars over and over again. It'd be nice if they tweaked that a little bit. And seeing that name pulls at the heartstrings. I knew he had an RS200. I don't recall it looking like this. I thought it was like dark with like matte colored stripes or something. But maybe he did use this paint scheme at one point or another. Let me know in the comments if so, because I definitely recall him having one, just I didn't remember it had this paint scheme or all these lights. I thought it was just more laid back, you know, more subdued. All right, with that being said, let's take it out and give it a rip. Let's go to the speed track first before we go to the drag strip and try that. There it is. We are at the speed track. I did put slicks on this thing just because I figured it was going to get a little hairy without. Let's go see what we can do for top speed. Oh, it just rockets off the line. Of course, all-wheel drive. Oh, that blow-off valve. I love it. We're at 170. 190, not 200. 205, 216, 207, 210, 215. Let's see if we can stop. We still have room to stop. It's shaking a little bit. Oh yeah, we had room. Let's beat 216. 204, 5, 2. Trying to get to 20. 220. And hit the brakes, hit the brakes. Oh, we're going to overshoot. Oh, just barely. All right, I'm going to get a little bit of a running start. See if we can get to 220 and back down. I'm not going to talk and let you listen to this blow-off valve. It's so good. I don't know if we can. 220. Brakes, 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 brakes. Turn, turn, turn. Yeah, I'd say that's a success. That works for me. Man, this thing is fun. Will it J-turn? Oh yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's tricky with slicks, but it definitely has that all-wheel drive grab in the spin around part. Let's do that again. Oh, that's fun. Oh, I want to keep this. It's $250,000 just to buy it. All right, let's go drag racing. We're here at the drag strip. Let's do King of the Sands, quarter mile. Of course, we're in A class with a drag rating of 999. See, we're going to be going up against a bunch of unicorns, I'm guessing. Yeah, there's several unicorns in here. There's some other things, but that's one thing I wish they would tweak a little bit, because especially getting into the semifinals, we're just going to be going up against a bunch of unicorns, which have, you know, twice the power and twice the pistons. Just wish they would tweak that just a bit. It'd make the drag racing a little more fun. Okay, let's see who we're up against. We are up against the DeLorean wide body. I'm guessing, yeah, with a drag rating of 999 as well. It's definitely been modded. And there it is. It's definitely a wide body for DeLorean. All right, just don't red light. And I think it's safe to say we got him. I don't see. Oh, here he comes. He was coming fast. Oh man, he was coming fast. We did an 8.9 to his 9.1. But I was 156 miles per hour. He was 175. He was coming hard. That was impressive. See, like right here, we're going up against a unicorn. I guess it's fitting. Ken Block versus Ken Block. And I'm guessing we're going to lose on this one, because that's the unicorn over there. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll get lucky. Let's go. I don't see him yet. We got lucky on that one. We just beat the unicorn with an 8.9 again. At least we're being consistent. Reaction time. Oh yeah, his reaction time was worse than mine, but yeah, he was coming quick. 9.4 at 168 to my 156 again. I ran pretty much the exact identical thing. And we are going up against another DeLorean wide body to get into the finals. I don't know, that was close last time. We'll see how we fare this time. Oh, it's a black one this time. That's pretty cool. I dig that. All right, let's do this. Oh, I red lit. Gotta do that again. I gotta try that again. I at least gotta get a fair shake in the semifinals. Oh, let's see. I'm going up against a Prius time attack with a drag rating of 999. So yeah, definitely modded just a little. Just a little. That thing looks cool though. got a wide body kit. I wish you could see it a little bit better. Oh, wow. All right, let's go. I hear him over there. Oh, there we go. He ran a 9.2 to my 9 flat. I wasn't as fast that time. Okay, semifinals. Hot Wheels Bone Shaker. Definitely modded. Oh, yeah. I think it just looks cool. Let's do it. Is he coming? I think we got him. We got him. Another 8-9. We are in the finals going up against a Bone Shaker Stealth. Let's do it. At least we made it to the finals. Looks like the same Bone Shaker to me. All right. Let's go. Didn't red light. So that's good. Shifted a little early there. But I think we got him. I think we did indeed. He ran a 10.4. Wow, that's impressive. Okay, to my 8.8, that's the fastest run I've done yet. I can't believe we won. The whole thing. 11,250 credits. I'll take it. I figured there was going to be a unicorn to take us out. I just knew it, because that's usually what happens to me. What a cool, iconic car. This thing is a blast. There we go. That looks good. They really do look good together. That is nice. All right, let's see what we did here. We've got 100% on everything. Looks good. A lot of power, high drag rating. So the parts value, body value, we bought it for $228. We could sell it for $594,172, which gives us a profit of $365,894. I don't want to get rid of it. I want to have one of everything Ken block and every version of Unicorn and this, and hopefully one day the Una truck, if that ever becomes a mod. But man, I don't know. That's a lot of money, and we could do. There's definitely some vintage Ferraris and stuff we could afford by selling it, which I think is what we're going to have to do. If we ever want to get this again, I could just build it up again. Let's sell the car and make a nice little profit. So now we got a nice little chunk of change to play with. That's for sure. This was a really fun one, guys. Anything Ken block, I love. And I hope you do too. Sure missed the guy. Thanks so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you made it this far in the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Really helps these videos out. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Happy holidays, and I'll see you in the next one.